Hey, I wanted to share this free resource with you that's available for free right now on my website. And if you're looking for speech therapy guidance, ideas, norms, developmental milestones, strategies for speech therapy, really practical questions to ask to boost your child or your speech therapy client's vocabulary, this download is something that I highly recommend that you just go grab today, so that you can print out the pages, maybe put it in sheet protectors like this in a binder, and you can just have it for reference. So I'm going to walk you through what all is included in this resource for you. It's a bundle that I've put together based on really commonly asked questions that I get from parents of toddlers or young children, as well as other speech therapists. So I wanted to share this first page. Is your child saying enough words? And this is the milestones. A lot of times parents ask, my child is 17 months old and he's saying 13 words. Is he on track? Can you help me? So this is very clear to share with parents. And also, if you are a parent yourself, it's just nice to know and check off the milestones as you go. So it has 12 months to 36 months, and these are the average number of words that a child with typically developing language skills can say. So this is a really good milestone checklist, and the source is from Linguasystems. So it's based on their research. So that's the first thing that you'll receive. And then I love this. I'm so excited to share this with you. This is the most commonly used speech therapy strategies that I tend to use in speech therapy sessions that are research-based and that work with children. So each strategy is connected to an icon. As you'll see, there's, sorry, it's hard to get the angle. There's repetition, sign language, putting objects out of reach, so that'd be like communication temptations, having objects near your face. So if you're talking about a pencil, you'd say pencil, so that they see the object, but they also see your mouth and their peripheral vision. So I wrote down all the strategies and I connected it with an icon to make it visual for you, for your the parents of the clients that you work with, just to jog your memory on, okay, what strategies am I using in this session? So as you're writing your speech therapy notes at the end of a session, you can go back and think, okay, we did follow their lead, we simplified the language, we did imitation, modeling, choice making, verbal routines. All of those are included in here, and so I'm excited for you to print this out and have that kind of visual reminder of the strategies that we use so much that sometimes it's easy to forget, like, which strategies were we actually using just now, because we combine so many at one time. But this really helps to break it down in a visual way. And then this is the blueprint that I've talked about on several of my YouTube videos, and it allows you to take any object, like for example this little turtle here, stuffed animal, and you would write turtle in this little speech bubble. And the goal is to, instead of just saying it's a turtle, like, we can expand the language to include hundreds of words using this blueprint. So if you're doing it, you can just kind of prep a little bit ahead. If you know your child is really interested in one particular toy, like blocks or cars or little trucks or little stuffed animals, you can think a couple steps ahead, fill out one of these blueprint sheets and surround this object with words. So I go really in depth on how to do this in my YouTube videos. So just search Learn with Adrienne on YouTube and type in blueprint, and there'll be videos where I walk you through how to do this. But I just want to point out some examples on here so that you get a better idea of what's on there. So you surround this with words. So what is it? It's a turtle. Where is it? On my head, or in the grass crawling around. What parts does it have? Well, it has eyes, a nose, little feet, a shell. So you're hearing all those words. And then we move down to simple phrases. So you could say, I see, I hear, it smells, it tastes, it feels, it can, I like, we need. So these are phrases that are helpful, kind of anchor phrases for you to be using, then also for your child, for you to model for your child. So I see the shell has little lines on it. I see the eyes are shiny. I see its belly. So it's just a helpful kind of pivot phrase, like an anchor phrase for them to hear you say, and then for them to also be able to repeat on their own, like, I see this, what do you see? So it's a good opportunity for receptive and expressive language. And then you can look at it with fresh eyes. That's the next quadrant here. And you think, what's fascinating about it? What's it made out of? What's it used for? Can it slide, roll, bounce, stack, etc.? What's the texture? Can it do something unexpected? Can it jump? Do turtles jump? Not really in real life. But you can just, as you're playing, be thinking, oh, thanks, Alicia. Fabulous resource. Thanks. Yeah, I'm really excited to share this with y'all because you can just print it out and have it on the go to use with your kids or your clients. And then the last section down here is the ponder out loud. So this is where you would just be like, I wonder who made this turtle. I wonder if they sewed it together with thread. I wonder how big the fabric was that they cut to make this shell. I wonder how they keep these eyes on. So just talking with your child and kind of pondering things. I wonder what, I wonder when, I wonder where, I wonder why, and I wonder how. So this is where this whole blueprint is really a chance for you to be expressing verbally about an object. So it could be a turtle, it could be a scrunchie, it could be a pencil, it could be glasses, it could be really like whatever. I'm just pulling stuff off of my desk. But whatever your child's interested in and already focused on is what I would start with in this speech bubble, and then you can work around. It almost reminds me of, you know, when you're brainstorming and you're thinking of all, like you put one word in the middle and you brainstorm all the things that are connected to that idea or concept. I think they're called like concept maps, maybe like a bubble chart. It reminds me of that. So the goal with this blueprint is that you are doing most of the talking, so your child hears all of these words that surround one simple little object. And it gets their creative juices going too. Like, I wonder, let's see, I wonder where this was made. Do you think this was made near where we live? Do you think it was made by one person, or maybe it was made in a factory? Do you think, how many of these turtles do you think were made? One or hundreds or thousands? So really kind of exploring different ideas that maybe your child wouldn't have thought to think of on their own, or maybe they are, and you're just putting words to what they're already pondering about and giving them that language and vocabulary to express what they're curious about too, about other objects. So it's a really great way to model. And then the next part of this resource is the birth to 5-year-old milestone. So birth to 1-year-old has its own page, 1 to 2-year-old has its own page, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 to 5. So in this, I'll just show you the first one so you can see what's included in all of them. They all have this same kind of structure here. So it talks about what your 1 to 2-year-old should be understanding. So my son is currently 15 months old, and so I would look at this page and think, okay, he points to a few body parts when asked. Yeah, he can nose, he can do his ears, his head, his knees, and his feet. So yeah, he can do that. So you can check off, there's little bubbles you can check here. Follow simple commands, kiss the baby. Yeah, he's kissing his little lion stuffed animal when we ask him to. Listens to simple stories, songs, and rhymes. Points to pictures in a book when named, yes. And then it goes down. So that's the understanding, so receptive language, and then expressing. So expressive language there. It says more words every month, uses some 1 to 2 word questions. So that you can just kind of go through. This is helpful to know not only like what your child can do, it feels really fun to check off the bubbles, but then also it's helpful to know what's coming next. Like, what are the next skills I can expect to see him doing? And that way you can kind of start wrapping your mind around what ways that you could engage him or her to create like the next step in whatever you're playing with, whatever they're interested in. And then on this column here, it says what you can do. So it has a whole list of things that you can do at home, ideas and research-based strategies that you can just easily incorporate into what you're already doing. So that's, we have that from birth to 5, and that is what's included. And then the last page that you'll receive is I've labeled it, help, my child is not talking yet. My child's behind on the milestones. What should I do? So if you are concerned and you're like, oh man, it doesn't seem like my child's tracking along with these milestones, they seem to be a little behind or way behind, I break it down like exactly what to do first. So I talk about early intervention services that are available. I mainly focus on the US because that's where I live, but you can research whatever country you live in. But I talk about how you don't need a pediatrician referral or any kind of referral to call in to early intervention services and get a speech therapy evaluation, so that you could have someone, a speech therapist like me, come to your home, or I know during this time it would be probably a virtual Zoom call for an assessment. But there's not really a drawback to getting an assessment. Like, you either realize, okay, yes, my child needs some speech therapy services at this time, or no, my child doesn't need speech therapy services at this time. They're on track. Maybe they're just like within the normal range, but a little bit on, you know, the more delayed side of normal. So either way, you know, an evaluation puts your mind at ease. And I talk about this all on this page right here. This is really helpful because at the bottom I tell you exactly what to Google. So this is helpful for parents who are overwhelmed by the thought of like assessments, evaluations, like that just seems really foreign and unknown. But I talk about, here's what you Google: early intervention services, and then you put the name of your state that you live in. So it's just like fill in the blank. So that's what you Google, and then I give you an example script of what to say on the phone once you're talking with the early intervention services coordinator person who you reach on the phone. So it tells you just exactly what to say. So there's no guesswork. You can just get an evaluation if that's something that you think your child may need based on the milestones. So that's what's all included in this resource, and I'm really excited to share this with you all and get your feedback on it. So I'm gonna read through some comments. Oh, hi in the Bahamas. Hey, Mina. Oh, I'm glad that, oh, hey, Teresa. Oh, it's so fun to see you all watching. Hey, Mom. Good morning. So go grab this on my website. There's also a table of contents that's included with that bundle, but I will put the link below, like in the comments of this video after I'm done going live, so you can check it out. You can download it and laminate them or put them in page protectors in a binder and just have it as a resource for you. So yeah, hope you're having a great day. And oh, I'm Adrienne, by the way, from learnwithadrienne.com. I'm a speech language pathologist, and I work mainly with children from birth to age 3 years old. So, oh, hi Alfie, you just downloaded it. Great. Let me know what you think. Either email me or in the comments of this and let me know what you think about the resource and how you're planning on using it. And if you do use like the blueprint or different things, you can always tag me on Instagram at LearnWithAdrienne. I love to see you using these resources in action and hearing how it's helping your children or your speech therapy clients. So hope you're having a great day, and talk to you soon in the next video.